Showdown here, welcome back to the dojo. So, this is a video I didn't expect to make, and honestly, the setup's pretty scuffed, but we're going to go with it anyway. So, this is my top 8 Gravidia list from the latest BCS, which was in London, not BCS, BSF. So it was the last Spring Fest for the entire season, and me and my team managed to secure a top 8 finish, finishing 7th. We lost in top 8 to the overall 2nd place team. I'll go into matchups and stuff like that later. So the structure of this video, and I'll try and put timestamps in so you can go to the part of the video that's most interesting to use. So first we're going to start off with the deck list. I'm going to explain why I played Gravidia, why I played the list the way that I did, and any like sort of interests in cards or interests in interactions or whatever that I came across. And then we'll go into matchups, we'll go into shout outs, thank yous, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll wrap the video up and I'll hopefully get it posted tonight. So, as a buddy fight player, anyone who kind of knows me around about the sort of cards community knows that buddy fight was my main game, and then obviously they canned buddy fight during lockdown, so I decided to start playing Overdress. So I've pretty much been a Brandgate main the whole time. Started off with Prison, played a bit of Orfast, and then Gravidia came out, and I've enjoyed the deck most of the time throughout. I'm also trying to stay hydrated because I'm in the middle of what I would call Jordan flu game right now, so yeah, so I've enjoyed Gravidia pretty much since it came out, and with the innovation of World Gravidia, the deck's become so much better, so much more consistent, and especially we're getting the grade 2 meteor, which I'll go into in a minute. The deck just became absolutely ridiculous. So as much as I wanted to play Prison, because my Prison deck is very, very high rarity, I decided that maybe a week or so before, maybe a week, 10 days before the event, that Gravidia was the right choice. So, scroll down a bit here just so you can see a bit more of the deck. So obviously ride line, starter, it's self-explanatory. I have either this or the Prison starter in SP, but this is the nicest starter in Brandgate, so I kept that. The 1 and the 2 from the Orfast ride line, they just make sense. Searches you your one of world card, gives 5k to something which will become relevant when we go into grade 2, so this gives 5k when you play an order while it's on Vanguard. You choose a unit, give it 5k, and we'll just click on it so nothing. So when a world is put in your order zone, choose one of your units, gets plus 5 on the turn. During your turn, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, this unit gets plus 5k, but that's obviously only on rear guard. Then we've got search your deck for up to 1 world card, reveal it and put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. During the battle, this unit attacked or boosted. If your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, it gets plus 2, only on rear guard. Obviously, you don't ever play them on rear guard, they never ever go on rear guard, they're literally just there to facilitate your world plays and set up to go into this wonderful card, Space Mommy. So, Gravidia and Orlangar, when this card's placed in Vanguard, search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards, put them in your order zone and shuffle your deck. When this unit attacks, card blast 1 and put 1 or more meteorites from your order zone in your drop. Until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 15k. If you put 3 or more meteors, it gets a crit, and if you put 5 or more, your triggers activate twice. So that's the most relevant one, which we'll get to in a minute. So that's the ride deck. The ride deck's pretty self-explanatory. It does world things until you go into Grav, and then Grav's columns get massive because they've got a free 15k booster. So, start with grade 3s. So grade 3s, we're playing the 3 for the Persona ride, because if you hit Persona ride in this deck, especially in the mirror, if you hit Persona ride first, you're just winning. But I noticed a lot of times I was killing people first Persona ride. Like most of my games were ridiculously quick. So yeah, 3 for the Persona ride, and then we play 4 of this guy. So this is Baku Burrito, or Burrito as he's been affectionately known by Gravidia players. So when this unit is placed on rear guard, cost Soul Blast 1, choose a meteorite card from your drop and put it in your order zone. During your turn, if your opponent's rear guard was retired, this unit gets plus 5, and if 3 or more were retired, it gets crit plus 1. So I resolved the crit plus 1 effect once all day, because most people know how to play around it, but there was one guy who didn't know how to play around it, I'll get to that in a minute, and also didn't know that it got a crit, so tried to essentially like be like, no, it's not 2 crit, and I'm like, it is 2 crit, read the card. So yeah, we play 4 of that. I play my 1 SP and then my 3 normals. No, that makes any difference, but yeah. So that covers grade 3s. Grade 3s are pretty self-explanatory. This is for recursion of meteors when they're in drop zone, and this is for persona range. So we'll go into grade 2s. So we're going to start my 1-off. So I was playing Barringer as a 1-off for if I wanted to high roll. So if I was literally just going, if I played against any grade 4 deck, I was trying to see Barringer because you high roll against grade 4 to basically try and kill it, and that being 15k. Like that's a 20k swing, do you know what I mean? If you've got 5 or more set orders and you're dropping order zone, it's a 20k swing. You hit any triggers, it's big, and grade 4 decks, if they're not on grade 4, they're pretty much screwed. So it's OVST for draw card. Obviously I only play it as one, so I didn't see it that often. I think I saw it twice. Once round 3, I think it was once round 3, once round 6. I didn't play it round 3, I played it round 6. So that's my 1-off. I was playing 2 Stanner. I would really like to bump this card up, but the way that my list plays, I just don't have the space to bump it up, I'll be honest. So it's if your dropper order zone has a total of 5 or more set orders, it gets power plus 5, shield plus 5. So it's a 10k interceptor. Pretty useless in the mirror, but it's actually reasonably decent any other time. Now this is my MVP. This is the thing that just wins me so many of my matches. And it's I think it's Rilk. So, all on rearguard. When this unit's attack hits, search your deck or drop for up to 1 meteorite card, put it into your order zone, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. Now remember, there was a few lists I saw that weren't playing this at all, and then I saw one topping list that was playing it, and I was like, I'm going to test this, because this seems aggressive, and I like playing aggressive. So, started playing it. Noticed when I was hitting triggers and stuff like that, that I was swinging for 40k columns with a Shadow Army token, and when people are on 8k base, they just can't guard that, so it guarantees me a Fallen Hell Hazard, which we'll go into in a minute. Which guarantees 5 meteors on first grade 3. Pretty much. And then also the fact that it resolves, regardless of if it hits Vanguard or Rearguard, means you can just, if they've hit a defensive trigger, you tap it into their sides. Are they really going to guard it? Probably not. And you're guaranteed to get hit a meteor. So yeah, I think this card's absolutely ridiculous. I will play it at 4 until such a time as Summon Better comes on, but it is my favourite grade 2 in the deck. And I will stand by it, regardless of anything. So, my 1 flex / grade 1. We're playing Boba. Boba was for if I was playing against smart players who damage deny me. I only used it twice all day. So one guy damage denied me, so I used it, and in top 8 I used it to boost a Shadow Army token. But other than that, didn't use it all day. Because people weren't damage denying me. Now the obvious stuff. So 4 PGs, shocker. I play 4 PGs, I have the SPs, so I played my 4 SPs. 8 crit, I think you can't not play 8 crit in Grav in my opinion, but obviously that's up to you and personal preference and stuff, but I prefer 8 crit, so I played 8 crit, I played the 3 draws. I know people were playing fronts, I was playing draws because basically I killed Jura deck myself out. This deck it's built as a rush deck. 1 over trigger, you play the Bruntgate over trigger because if it activates twice, your opponent can just put their cards away because they're not going to do anything if you resolve double OT. I didn't resolve OT all weekend, so all of my games I did not resolve the over trigger once. So I think this is obviously going to bring up the conversation about the over trigger, but I top 8'd without it, so does it really make that, like obviously I know that it'll sometimes come in and win games where they should have lost and blah blah blah, I know, but it's such a niche card and it's such a one-off card that I think it's fine in Overdress. Ban it in Premium, sure, but Overdress, it's a mechanic, it's part of the game. And then we've got our 4 heals, which are obviously from Prison, but I want to play SP heals. So we're going to our orders are pretty self-explanatory, so Hell Hazard counts as 2 meteors, and then when it's put in drop zone from order zone, bind it, choose a rearguard, return it. Pretty easy. This helped me resolve retire 4 against Bastion. Then we play 6 meteors in the main, so we play our 5 normals and our 1 SP. So they are, for people who don't know, you may have up to 16 in your deck. When it's put into your order zone, you can soul charge one if it was put with your Vanguard's ability, draw 1. When this card's put in a drop from order zone, choose an opponent's rear guard and retire. And then the last order is Eclipse Moonlight. So when this card's put in your order zone, call a Shadow Army token to your rear guard. So yeah, it just gives you the free Shadow Army token. So that's my deck overall. So that's pretty, to be honest, I don't have much else to say about the deck. It did exactly what I needed it to do. And the only thing, we discussed if I would have changed anything. There's not much I would have changed. I might have cut this and played the 3rd Stanner. But apart from that, I wouldn't have changed anything. Or there was someone else I wanted to cut and play this, but I couldn't think of anything. Now obviously the list changed because we've got the new grade 1, which is absolutely unreal, but that was the list I played. So now we're going to go into matchups. Any questions that you didn't understand about the deck, post them in the comments and I will deal with them there. So, matchups. Let's go into the matchups section. So my overall record was 5-2, like individually. The team went 5-1 and topped, and then my overall record was 5-2. So we finished the team finished 5-2 overall. Now that I think about it, because we only lost 2 rounds. So we'll go to round 1. Round 1 is without a doubt the most frustrating game of Vanguard I've ever played in my life, and it's my fault. So round 1 I played against PBO. Now I didn't test against many set 5 decks. I tested against the ones I thought I would see, which were Thegria and Tamiyura. I didn't expect to see PBO, so I had no idea what it did. And then I read PBO, was like, right, cool, it gets a crit, that's fine, I'll PG it. PG'd it, I had 4 cards in hand, which were 2 of this, 1 of this, and a Gravidia. And I was on grade 2, he swings with Vanguard, I PG it. First check crit, all on Blaster Dark, second check crit, all on Blaster Dark. 35, 3 crit, I was already on 3 damage. I don't know what you're meant to do there. So I lost to not knowing my matchup, but I also lost to getting double crit. It is what it is. My game was done in like 5 minutes. So that was round 1. Round 1 was just a fucking. Yeah, so that was round 1. As I say, one of the most frustrating games of Vanguard I've ever played in my life. But at the same time, I was glad to get a game like that out of the way early. Round 2. So I didn't have much analysis in round 1 because I just lost. So round 2, played against the Mirror. So the Mirror, this guy was playing pure Gravidia. I was obviously playing World Gravidia. And we basically just went back and forward the entire game. We're both constantly PGing Grav swings, and then we're both on 1 card in deck. He passed turn, I decked him. Again, it is what it is. You lose to deck out, it happens in Grav, especially when you're not playing the resetter, because I hate the resetter. So I didn't play the resetter, I lost to deck out once. Again, it is what it is. I lost because I went second. If I'd went first I would have had more in deck. But I didn't want a dice roll till top 8. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there. So I was 0-2 at this point and was basically ready to just chalk the tournament, because I was like, I can't win a game. I can't win a game to save my life. I was playing good Vanguard and I was still losing. So I went and had like a wee 5-minute break, and then I came back, and I was like, right, let's just play the rest of the tournament and see what happens. So I mean, the mirror player, he was good enough. He knew his deck. He knew my deck. I don't think his team topped because I didn't see them in top 8, but they were all really lovely. Actually, that's one thing I'll say. I'll cover that more in shoutouts, but yeah, they were all lovely. So round 3, I played against Bastion. So Bastion's a matchup for me that I really like in Gravidia because I can just kill their board, and it doesn't have a lot of guards, so if it doesn't have a PG it just loses. So the guy I played against was a pretty good Bastion player. He made one slight misplay, which was the thing I was talking about with Burrito, where he called 4, none of them being Fasado, so when I resolved 5 meteors I retired his entire board. And he had 2 cards in hand. So he PG'd the Vanguard and then had to take the, I think it was like 28. Yeah, it was like 28, 2 crat with Burrito, so... he was playing Dark Strain, which I think, obviously, it plays around Prison, I get playing it, but I personally don't like it in Bastion. But I'm not exactly a Bastion main, so I can't really say it, I just wouldn't play it. But yeah, so... I got him to 5, I was on 3. He double crit me, which he thought was for game, and I healed on 6 damage because I'd seen 2 triggers all game. No, I hadn't, I'd seen 1 trigger all game, which was my first damage. So I healed, came back the next turn, Persona and he had no cards in hand because I'd retired his board. He had to call the Bastion thing that's on drop, give 10k shield. If you're grade 4, give 20k shield. He had to call that to have 2 attacks. Hit double crit, put them all on that, I healed, and then next turn he literally had his drive checks in hand, which were crit triggers. So he gave me, he would have been able to give me 1 to pass on the Vanguard, and I hit a crit. So that was that game. It was what it was. The guy wasn't happy that I 6 damage healed, but that's Vanguard. But after I got this one, that's when I started kind of hitting my stride. So we'll go round 4. So round 4, we played against somebody who's, I don't know if well known is the word I would use, but like we knew who they were, we knew who he was. So it's a guy called Paul Keenan. He's on a lot of the trade groups and stuff like that. Lovely guy from Scotland as well. So we love seeing other Scottish players. So his team was Bath Sagra, Magnolia and Prison. I played against Magnolia. Now my team were playing Mag, Gravidia and Barrow. The teammate that was playing Mag is my significant other, so I tested nothing but Mag for weeks on end. So I just knew my matchup. It was really easy. Especially when he didn't see in picks and didn't see in Lit Pulse until he saw 1 in Lit Pulse on his only grade 4 turn, and then died the next turn. So honestly, it was a pretty easy game for me. Mag doesn't really stress me that much in Gravidia. As long as he didn't get set up with M-Pixies, I'm fine. And he didn't get set up with M-Pixies, and then the one time, I think he had 1 M-Pix, but he had 4 rear guards, so I just sniped it. But yeah, Mag's a pretty easy matchup for me. So that put my personal record to 2-2 and the team's record to 3-1. So we're like, there's a chance. And then round 5 happened. So round 5 we played against a team that also travelled down from the shop that we play at. I'll get more into the shop and stuff like that later, but yeah, we ended up playing against a team that we all know, like we're all like friends. So it wasn't great because we basically worked out that basically whoever lost was less likely to top. So I played against Liam. Liam's a good friend of mine, he's somebody I get on with really well. He was playing Bastion. But I still feel bad for this game. I felt bad at the time. I felt bad the whole weekend, and I still feel bad now. So I killed him on first grade 3 because he couldn't guard anything. He only had grade 3s in hand, and I double crit him while he was on. I think he was on 4. So I still feel bad, Liam. If you see this video, I'm sorry, but yeah, that was 4 damage per game, and to be honest, there's not really much you can do about that. That was my quickest game of the day. I think it checked in at somewhere about 4 minutes. And then it was just stress, like the stress of the whole day of just basically sitting, watching the rest of my team play while I could do nothing was absolutely horrendous. But anyway, so sorry to Liam. Liam's teammate Alan managed to win his game, but then Jamie, my teammate, won his game, so 2-1 overall team record. Put us to 4-1. So we're like, best case scenario, we go 4-2, we might bubble, we might not. Or we go 5-1 and we're guaranteed a top. So we played against a French team round 6, so I played against Prison. Sorry. Yeah, I played against Prison. Prison is my favourite deck. It's the deck I've played the most, so I know my matchup and I knew how to beat it. And the 38, there was basically my Persona right turn. I resolved 5 meteors, and it was 38 to crit. He could only guard to 38 and then hit crit on double triggers for game. That's what the deck does. Like I said that to him afterwards, I was like, this is what the deck's built to do. It's built to just hit you for 4 damage. So a teammate's played against Kyrie and Emma played a Mag Mirror. So Emma lost the Mag Mirror, Jamie won against Kyrie. Barrow's got an okay matchup against Kyrie. So that took us to 5. That took us team record 5-1. My Swiss record was 4-2. So that secured top 8, which was 7th place. Our first event is a team. My first overdressed event. Emma's first event as a card player. I managed to secure top 8, which I was really happy with. So going into the top 8 match, we played against a pretty well known team, which is Team Brexit. So that's Hal, Kaelin and Hamish, who are 3 actually really good friends of mine. And I was excited but gutted that we drew them at the same time, because I know how good they are as players. So I played Kaelin, Kaelin Fallon, obviously World's finalist, and all these other accomplishments that I'm sure he would know more about than I would. But yeah, Kaelin's known as a very, very good Vanguard player. So we played the mirror. We both essentially tried to play around each other as much as possible, and it got to the point that it was like both on 5 damage, like essentially next damage with a 1. So he damage denied me to stop me calling my token. I forgot for 3 turns that I had my token in my hand. Top decked Persona, got Persona Ride, top decked Bobamine and was like, well, I can't do much with my Bobamine, can I? And then remembered I had the order in hand, so called the Shadow Arby token, which was already like 25 anyway. Then hit the double crit after he PG'd Grav, so it ended up being 55, 3 crit. I think it was it that? No, 53, 3 crit while he was on 5 damage. There's not much you can do against that. And that managed to secure the dub, so I managed to beat Kaelin. My other 2 teammates unfortunately lost. Hal beat Emma with Kyrie, and Hamish beat Bar Magnus with Magnolia. So those guys actually went on to finish 2nd, so congratulations to them. Obviously, as I say, really good friends of mine and stuff, so was more than happy for them to go on and achieve the placing that they did. So that's pretty much the end of the matchup. So overall record was I went 5-2 overall. Team went 5-2 overall. I was overall really happy with my performance. First 2 rounds just were, they were what they were. I couldn't really do anything about them, and then it was only sort of round 3 onwards I kind of hit my stride, started playing my game rather than focusing about what everybody else was doing, and overall just really happy with my own performance and with the team performance as well. My first official top in a Vanguard event, so I've now topped an event in Vanguard and Buddy Fight, which is it makes me happy because it means that I'm not just a one game sort of dimensional player, even though it's only top 8 and even though it's only teams, it's something. So the last thing we're going to go into just before we wrap up this video, because I know it's probably getting quite long, is the thank yous. Because I've got a lot of people that I'd like to thank, because this wasn't just a me effort, this wasn't just my team's effort. There's a lot more that goes into this. So one of the biggest thank yous, and the first thank you that I would like to put, is Cardsden, or Luis as I know him. So when we started Overdress, we didn't have a way to get product, and we started playing at Luis's shop, and he's been getting us product and stuff like that ever since. So I've had a consistent place to test for the first time since COVID, thanks to Luis. He's also just a great guy. He's lovely. He's helped everybody so much. I honestly can't thank him enough, and I was more than happy to represent his shop and bring home the top 8 finish for them. So yeah, thank you to Luis, and hopefully the first of many. So the next thank you I'd like to give is to my testing group. So when we weren't at the shop, I had a specific group of people that I tested with, who I've basically tested with all of them since I started playing Buddy Fight. So shout outs where necessary. Sam Hogg, he's my best friend, and probably one of the people I tested against the most. He kind of taught me the mag matchup really well, and just, yeah, a massive thank you to him. Massive thank you to Nathan as well, Nathan Robertson. They were also playing at this event as well. They got 9th or 10th, I think it was. So congratulations there. Yeah, Nathan helped me test against Barrow, and is overall just a really good player. So always gives me like good pointers and stuff like that, and definitely managed to help me decide that I was playing Gravidia. Adam Scobie again, world's finalist in Buddy Fight, great player, great guy as well, one of my best friends in the entire world, and I definitely need to thank him for teaching me the Bruce matchup. Even though I didn't see it, it was one of the matchups I was worried about, so teaching me the Bruce matchup was really helpful. Amy, Sam's fiance, she taught me the Laurel matchup, which I was not confident in whatsoever, and if I saw Laurel I thought I was fucked, but she managed to teach me that matchup, so thank you to her. Emma obviously gave me loads of testing practice against Mag and Kyrie, which I was expecting to see. I didn't see it, but my team saw it twice. I don't mind the Kyrie matchup, but it was good to be able to test against that. Ryan for teaching me the Bastion matchup, because I would not have beat my 2 Bastion players without playing against Ryan. And Keith also gave me plenty of good games against Bastion and Nirvana, which again I didn't see, but it was, all of those guys have been super helpful, and considering I was close to quitting Vanguard a few months ago, the fact that those guys have kind of brought the spirits back up and kept me in the game, I can't thank them enough. My team, I've got to give a shout out to Emma and Jamie for playing so well, and winning when everybody just winning when the others needed them to, and just for keeping the vibes high all day, because I mean you can obviously hear it in my voice. I was sick as a dog going into Saturday, and thankfully not COVID by the way, but yeah, I was sick as a dog, I didn't feel well, so just them keeping me laughing, keeping the vibes high made the day go so much smoother. So I've just got to thank them for that, and congratulations to both of them as well on the top. Massive shout out Bushy Road, Dark Sphere, and all the staff, judges and everyone else who helped the event run so smoothly. And obviously I know there was issues with the event starting and stuff like that, but it's a card event, it happens. But the judges and that were all really helpful, they were all really good. Special shout out to Ben as well, one of the nicest people I've encountered in cards, especially for a judge. Yellow card Vanguard for those people who don't know. And last of all my opponents, for just being generally lovely and having great matches pretty much all day. Even the people that I lost to were super nice, and we were able to sit and have a chat after the games and stuff. So yeah, just overall, all really good. Obviously, special shout out to Hal, Caitlin, and Hamish. They're my boys, and I hope to play against them more in the future, and hopefully get some more testing in with them, because we tested a bit during lockdown, but I haven't really been that into Vanguard, so I haven't really been testing with them. So hopefully get some more testing in with them. And that pretty much wraps us up, to be honest. Again, any questions on the deck list, any questions on matchups or that, or just any general comments about Vanguard or the video, feel free. I'll be posting the link on my Twitter. If you have enjoyed this kind of me being a nerd and going into all my card game stuff, then feel free to give the video a like, leave a comment down below. If you were at BCS London and what deck you played. And yeah guys, I've been Shodan. Thanks for joining us in the dojo. See you in the next one. Later.